Let's bring in our next guest, Alicia Diaz. Alicia, how are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
Nice to
and
be
Mike
back.
Briggs. What are you doing here?
I have no idea.
Did you just slide in on my show?
I go with Alicia. Alicia.
Alicia, one of the sponsors of The Buzz, and I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You wanted to talk to somebody about their current insurance that they have, and then get a little evaluation as to what maybe you could do for them.
Yeah, kind of wanted to give people an idea of the type of insurance that I offer, the review that I do to make sure that they don't have any holes in their coverage, that they've got enough coverage to protect what they own, to protect their income, to protect their loved ones. So we kind of thought it would be a good idea to just do one right here on the show so everybody can kind of see what it's all about. A for real
So
one.
people could tell that we're not just saying what they want to hear.
Nope.
Right? Okay, so what kind of questions do you ask?
So what I did is, some of these questions are confidential, of course, so I got together with
She
Michael.
found a real person.
I did. I searched high and low. And so Mike and I got together, and we did a review of his income and his assets, asking him questions of, do you own a home? What kind of income do you make? Are you self-employed? Do you get a W-2? Because that can ensure that you've got enough coverage.
Well, if you get sued, you have enough to pay the lawsuit, I guess.
Exactly.
I had not thought of this until she talked to me before the show.
In the state of California, the maximum lawsuit per person is $250,000. So if
What do you mean?
Well,
the maximum.
So if you cause an accident and 3 people are injured in the accident, all 3 of them can individually sue you for up to $250,000.
Okay, so that'd be $750,000.
And that's usually what people do. When they sue, they just put the max out there. And then they're hoping to settle for as much as they can possibly get. So you want to make sure that if you've got money, if you've got assets, that you've got that coverage. So someone who maybe works a minimum wage job, who rents an apartment, doesn't own a house, they don't need high limits because they don't have a lot to protect. Michael, on the other hand, has been working his way up the ranks and is doing well. So owns a home, has a business, has a job, has a wife who makes money as well. So he has assets and income to protect. So we sat down and we came up with a number. We're going to keep that number to ourselves to protect the innocent.
on the personal side.
On the
right,
personal
okay.
side. And then Michael was kind enough to give me a copy of his insurance policy.
Okay.
So that we could look and see
if I
what
actually
kind of
am covered.
coverages that he has. And I'm very sorry to say
I don't-
you don't have enough.
I told you that most of my money comes from the Chuck Leonard show, right?
Yeah, well, just do what I can.
So what we
And
would
most
do.
of my liability, too.
I don't think
gonna
slander is involved in this.
Come through this, yeah. Okay.
So basically what we would do at this point then is take a look at his coverage. First of all, making sure that he's not missing any important coverages. Then that's real easy to go through and do. But then making sure that if he doesn't have enough, what we have to do to step that coverage up. Now, in my line of business, of course, I want to bring you in as a customer. But at the end of the day, I know I can't win everybody. So I would give you a list and say, this is the minimum coverages you need based on our review. I can give you a quote if you'd like. You can go back to your insurance agent that you have now, have them raise these limits to where they need to be, see what it's going to cost you. Because obviously budget's a factor.
Free analysis to anyone.
Free analysis.
Okay,
As a
that's
matter of
nice.
fact, I pay you to come in. You come in and I do analysis for you. You get a $5 Starbucks card.
Wow.
So, Michael,
Wow.
there's your card.
Whoa, don't let Robin find that.
I know. Well, do I have enough? Like, if somebody sues me, do I
You
have
don't.
anything?
You do have coverage, but you don't have enough. And it's the main thing about it too is raising your limits is not expensive. Most people have what they call 100-300. That means if you hit somebody and you cause an accident, you've got coverage for $100,000 per person, up to $300,000 per accident. You can raise that to $250-500 for about $2 per vehicle per month.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Why not?
It costs
And why
almost
don't
nothing.
people
Why
do
not?
that?
Right. And then if that's not enough, we have what are called umbrella policies. Umbrella policies piggyback on your auto insurance and your homeowners, like an umbrella. They usually cost maybe another $20 a month, and now you have an extra $1 million of coverage.
So, I don't get it. Are people just looking for the smallest premium? Is that why they don't get this kind of stuff?
Sure
Or
they
are the other insurance agents looking to get the easy sell and not like sell them all the way through?
We see one of two things happening. People come in and they have $100,000, $300,000 because that's what their parents had, so that's what they got when they got their car because originally they were on their parents' insurance, and they may actually not need that much. So sometimes we say, You can keep it there. You can drop it down. If budget's an issue, we need to look at adjusting them to make it more palatable for your budget. But then we also people coming in with the state minimums. $15,000 per person, $30,000 per incident. And the worst part is property damage of $5,000. So the first thing I do is I give them a list. I tell them to put this list in your car somewhere where you can see it easily. This is a list of all the cars that you should not hit. So don't hit a Mercedes, don't hit a BMW. If you see any of them, steer clear off the road, wait till they go by.
Because the 5,000
5,000 isn't going to cover a headlight on those vehicles. So we want to make sure that you've got the right coverage. In my agency, it's all about education. By the time somebody buys a policy from me or goes back to their agent and adjusts their coverage, they know what they have and why they have it. So if they do get in an accident, they've got that confidence that they're okay.
When you tell them what they need, you also show them what you could do, right?
You know,
so when they go back to their insurance agent, they say, well, I want to do all this, and then they give them the number, they can go, oh, well, Alicia's number is better.
Well, you know, I'm open to that. I don't like to pressure people and say, hey, if you come in, I'm going to give you a quote, because sometimes people don't have time for that. I say, give me 15 minutes. We can sit down, we can do it. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I'm going to educate you and make sure that you know what you need and if you have enough.
What I didn't realize, and you know I'm a little tight with the money, so
no.
I told my
How would I
insurance
know?
guy, give me the lowest possible I could get on each thing. But I didn't realize what you told me about, I need $1 million umbrella.
You do.
I need the $1 million, and it's going to cost me more. In fact, it's going to cost me everything if I get in a wreck, or my kids, or my wife, because my wife drives a little, you know what I'm saying? She bumps into stuff, let's just say that. I could lose everything I have.
You can't. If you own a home and you don't carry enough coverage, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put a lien on the house. Now you can't do anything with that house. You can't take out a second to fix it up. You can't refinance. You can't do anything with it.
Can't sell it?
Then they're going to turn around and they're going to garnish your wages. And that's why it makes a difference, too, if you're self-employed versus a W-2 employee. W-2 employee, you're getting garnished for sure. State of California, they garnish up to 25% of your income for up to 10 years. That's a lot of money to lose
25%
just to have
for
cheap
10
coverage.
years?
Yeah.
Yikes.
So maybe you raise up your coverages, maybe it costs you another $10 or $15 a month even.
I'd have to
but
go
look
out and
what
get
you're
a
protecting.
job.
Yeah.
Why is it so funny to everybody? That scares the hell out of me.
I'll hire you.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, Alicia, if people want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
My office number is 559-424-3658, and that office number rings my cell phone, so you can reach me
Smart.
24/7. You can also text to that number, too.
If I can say, it's your show, but she's very knowledgeable. She told me stuff I had no idea. And it's free to, not only is it free to find this out, she paid me to tell me this. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Appreciate it.
We like having you around.
I like being here. Thank you so
Always
much.
good to see
Thanks,
you.
Michael. Appreciate it.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to start the second hour of the Buzz. Make sure you don't go anywhere.